Now, since I didn't talk about Garo Vanishing Line last week, I do want to quickly mention I really enjoyed seeing Luke's kind of final bits of his backstory with his family life before his father more or less got possessed by a horror, this dark magic, and seeing that just everything with his family life before it kind of got screwed over completely, and just why he decided to pick up the gun instead of the sword, his mother being a gun wielder, his father being a sword wielder, and it definitely is understandable why after everything that happened with him being possessed that he went the route he did, so it's nice seeing that last week. But this week's episode of Garo was pretty damn fun. It almost felt like a western episode, almost like we were getting to a cowboy episode. It definitely was modern day, we didn't see people with their cowboy hats riding in with their revolvers, but still, it definitely gave a western feel, so I really enjoyed the set location that they did for this episode, and the horror was terrifying, especially when you saw like his head and neck get twisted around near the end. And something that I really appreciate with Garo is Gina is, I think, the best character in the show. She's very fun, she has a badass side to her, but she's also sweet in her own way. But I like how they're not making her someone like Luke, who is a pretty prominent side character, but one that does get introduced every few episodes, because I like how they're not abusing her character. They sprinkle her in off and on, and you always want more Gina, but they never give you so much that you get bored of her, so she constantly feels like a breath of fresh air every single time she's in one of these episodes, like in the case of this one. And just seeing how, like, one of these characters gets kind of convinced that Sword is a kidnapper kidnapping Sophie, and it's Stockholm Syndrome. She's thinking that Sword is her friend, but really it's a kidnapper. I like how they went that road, because it was interesting to see a character kind of like doubt, like, maybe this isn't all truth, maybe Sophie isn't lying, and then when the reveal that the horror came, I just thought that was really well done. But there was just a lot of fun moments in this episode. Even though it wasn't really that deep of an episode, it was just fun to see Sword and Sophie having some dinner, and then basically the whole town rising up against them with guns and pickaxes, whatever else they had there. It was fun to see that, especially when Sword gets tackled and those hands are just like, kind of like ripping his face off. It was so like, you knew he wasn't going to get hurt there, but it was just so funny to see Sword in that situation, and just all of the comedic moments that went on in this episode. It was just a damn fun episode. Last week, a lot of substance, just didn't have time to review it, sadly. But seriously, Garo Vanishing Line has been just so fun in this Garo franchise here. We've had 3 for anime so far, and it's just like, I can't wait to see how the second core is going to continue, because with what we've seen here so far, it's been action-packed, it's been fun, but there's actually a surprising amount of substance and character progression and development within these 11 episodes, and I can't wait to see what we're going to see with the second core, because with the very first Garo anime, I felt like the second core is when it turned into something great, with the first half just being okay and fun. Whereas Garo Vanishing Line, it's been amazing since the start, and I just hope it continues with that momentum going forward into its second half. But let me know your thoughts. What did you think of this episode, and how excited are you for next week? What do you think's gonna happen, and do you think Gina's gonna stick around for next week, or do you think she's gonna be hitting the road now that she more or less saved Sword and Sophie? Let me know your thoughts, and before you leave, smack that like button to share your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.